Good morning, students. Welcome again. We will be starting with NCRT Class 10 Geography, Chapter 6, Manufacturing Industries, Part 3. In the previous class, we discussed about agro-based industries. Today, we will discuss about mineral-based industries. Industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials are called mineral-based industries. We will be starting with the first subtopic explaining about aluminum smelting. Before going into the details of aluminum industry, let's analyze the meaning of the term smelting. Smelting means the extraction of metals from its ore by the process of heating and melting. Aluminium smelting is the process of extracting aluminium from its oxide alumina. It requires a lot of heating and melting process. Aluminium industry is the second largest metallurgical industry in India after iron and steel. The ore or the raw material that is used in the aluminium industry is bauxite, and it is bulky in nature and it is a dark reddish colored rock. Around 4 to 6 tons of bauxite is used to produce 1 ton of aluminium. So you have cryolite that act as an electrolyte in the process and speeds up the reaction. Aluminium is a good conductor of heat and it is malleable. So it is mainly used in wiring and it is strong when mixed with other metals. Now let's analyze what are the uses of aluminium. Aluminium is mainly used for making aircrafts, wires, utensils, and so on. And aluminium is also used in the construction industries and for manufacturing the window frames, roofing, and aluminium is widely used in the packaging industry for the production of coils, foils, and other wrapping materials. Aluminium is also used in the automobile industry and to make household equipments, then industrial appliance and consumer electronics. A large number of industries use aluminium because of its flexibility and conductivity to heat. Aluminium can resist corrosion. Corrosion means it is the gradual destruction of metal with chemical or electrochemical reaction with their environment. Aluminium is used as a substitute of steel, copper, and lead in many industries. The major aluminium smelting plants located in India are Odisha, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu. Regular supply of electricity and an assured source of raw material at minimum cost are the two prime factors for the location of aluminium industry. Now let's move on to the second industry, that is chemical industry. The chemical industry in India is the fast moving and diversifying. The chemical industry contributes 3% of the GDP, and it is the third largest in Asia and the 12th in the world. Chemical industries are both small scale and large scale units. Chemical industry can be of two types, organic and inorganic. Organic compounds always contain carbon. Organic chemicals include the rubber, plastic, petrochemicals, dyes, pharmaceuticals, and drugs. Pharmaceuticals means that is relating to the production or sale of medicines. Drugs means medicine. The ideal location for organic chemical industry is near oil refineries or petrochemical plants because the organic chemical industries get their raw material from byproducts of mineral oil, which is processed and refined at oil refineries. Inorganic chemicals include synthetic fiber, soda ash, nitric acid, alkalis, soap, detergent, silicon dioxide, caustic soda, and so on. And inorganic industries are widely spread over the country. Now let's move on to the next slide explaining about fertilizer industry. Now fertilizer industry, we call it as NPK industry: nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. The first fertilizer plant in India was set up at Ranipat in Tamil Nadu in 1906. Nitrogen and phosphorus we have ample in India. However, the potash is imported in India. So India lacks the reserves of potash that is imported. And in terms of nitrogenous fertilizer, India is the third largest in the world. There are nearly 10 public sector undertaking and 1 cooperative sector at Hazira in Gujarat. Now, what happens after the Green Revolution? To promote Green Revolution, a lot of NPK fertilizers that is dumped into the market. As a result, we have good results from the Green Revolution. We have ample cultivation and higher production that have witnessed. But over the years, it was realized that the quality of the land degrades significantly because of the use of the inorganic fertilizers, that is NPK. After the Green Revolution, the fertilizer industry expanded to several parts of India. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab and Kerala produces more than half of the total fertilizer production in India. Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka are the other important producers. Now let's move on to the next industry, that is cement industry. Cement industry. We have many large and small plants which manufactures cement. It's mainly used in construction purpose. The first cement plant in India started in 1904 in Chennai. It expanded after 1989 because of the decontrol of price and distribution. Decontrol of price, it means to remove the controls, especially government or other official control. So that is known as decontrol, to remove the controls. So that is known as decontrol of price. This industry requires bulky and heavy raw materials like limestone, silica, alumina, and gypsum. Apart from the large demand within the country, this industry earns valuable foreign exchange by exporting cement to many countries. Improvement in quality create the demand in East Asia, Middle East, African, and other South Asian countries. Here we can see the popular cement companies in India: ACC Limited, Ultratech, Chettinad, and so on. Now let's move on to the next slide explaining about automobile industry. Automobile industry manufactures vehicles. Automobiles provide vehicle for quick transportation of goods and passengers. In India, we have more than 30 automobile industries. It gained real momentum in the last 15 years with the foreign direct investment coming up. Automobile industries present in cities like Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Jamshedpur, Pune, etc. The common metal used in automobile industries are steel, iron, copper, plastic, titanium, and so on. At present, there are 15 manufacturers of passenger cars and multi-utility vehicles, 9 manufacturers of commercial vehicles, and two or three-wheeler manufacturers are 14. Now let's move on to the next slide explaining about IT industry. Before that, you can see here, these are the famous automobile companies in the world. Now let's move on to the next slide explaining about information technology and electronics industry. The information technology leads to the establishment of software park and business processing outsourcing unit. Business processing outsourcing unit means BPO. The electronic industry covers a wide range of products from transistors to television, telephone, radars, computers, and many other products needed by the telecom industry. Transistor means it is a device that regulates current or voltage flow. That is known as transistor. Radar means it is an electromagnetic system used to detect the location and distance of an object. Bangalore is known as the electronic capital in India. The important centers of electronic goods in India are Bangalore, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Delhi, and so on. The next is the software technology park. Software technology parks provide single window and service and high data communication facility to software experts. There are across 46 locations at different centers of India. Bangalore, Noida, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, and Pune are the cities in India where the software technology parks are concentrated. The significance of the IT industry is mainly employment generation and foreign exchange. As per the analysis, up to 31st March 2005, the IT industry employed over 1 million persons. In that, 30% of the in that 30% is women. Foreign exchange, also another significance of the IT industry. The IT industry is the major foreign exchange earner because of its fast growing business processing outsourcing sector. And the continuing growth in the hardware and software is the key to the success of the IT industry. By this, we concluded the third part of manufacturing industries. Now let's have a quick recap of today's class. Today we started learning from the aluminum smelting. Aluminum industry is the second largest metallurgical industry of India, and it is universally accepted metal due to its use as a substitute of steel, copper, and lead. And aluminum smelting plants are located near the availability of bauxite and power plants, because we learned that bauxite is the main ore or the raw material of the aluminum industry. At present, we have aluminum smelting plants in Odisha, West Bengal, Kerala, UP, Maharashtra, and so on. Then we discussed about the chemical industry. Chemical industry of India is the fast growing industry in modern times. So the major features of the chemical industry that we discussed is it contributes 3% of GDP, and it is the third largest in Asia. And chemical industry has two sectors, organic and inorganic sectors. Then we discussed about the fertilizer industry. Fertilizer industry is centered around the production of nitrogenous fertilizers phosphate fertilizers, ammonium phosphate, and complex fertilizers. And we discuss that potash we are importing. Potash is completely imported. India is the third largest producer of nitrogenous fertilizers. At present, there are 10 public sector undertakings and one in cooperative sector at Hazira in Gujarat. Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and Kerala contribute about half of the fertilizers production. Then we discussed about the cement industry. Cement industry requires bulky and heavy raw materials like limestone, silica, alumina, and gypsum. The first cement plant was located in Chennai in 1904. Then we discussed about the automobile industry. At present, there are 15 manufacturers of passenger cars and multi-utility vehicles, 9 of commercial vehicles, and 14 of the 2 and 3 wheelers. The foreign direct investment, FDI, has revolutionized the automobile industry in India. The major centers are Delhi, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Indore, Hyderabad, Jamshedpur, and Bangalore. So these are the main places or the centers we have automobile industries in India. And finally, we discussed about information technology and electronics industry. Bengaluru has emerged as the electronic capital of India. Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow. So these are the important centers for electronic goods in India. 18 software technology parks provide single window service and high data communication facility to software experts. A major impact of this industry has been on employment generation and foreign exchange earner. This industry can be divided into two parts: computer hardware and electronic items, such as computer parts, television, telephones, radar, etc. Software technology, which is mainly known as information technology. So these are the topics we discussed in today's class. So in the next class, we will discuss about industrial pollution and environmental degradation. So by this, I'm concluding today's session. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.